I am not a king, I am not a god, I am...
Hey guys, coming here, welcome back to Langrisser news from the future. So right, the 4th anniversary celebration has considered ended, and now we are moving on to the 5th year, and of course this year's 4th year anniversary team will be known as Fight for You. And of course on this part 1 of 2 of video, we'll be featuring the 2 new heroes that are being released during the period of August to September. And they are the 2 anniversary hero, or should I say heroine, and first being Zereida 2.0, aka the Light Shadow Sword Soul, and Langrisser 2.0, aka the Girl in the Shell. So on first part of video, we'll be going through details about talent, faction, and skills, plus 3C of Zereida 2.0, and of course guys, watch to the end for the weird cringy translations that I did for you guys. So you guys ready? Let's get started. And of course we are confirmed that these are the anniversary heroine, because yep, it's definitely heroine, these 2 ladies. So yep. Okay, first thing to take note is that at least for the CN server, Zereida 2.0 it is not very easy to get. I have spent around over 100 tickets to try to get her, but I get only 1 Langrisser 2.0, and I get heavily spent with 3 off banner heroes. And I gotta say, I'm very sad about the result. This is worse compared to what they did for Wet Hand for the 3rd year, and in fact I can see a lot of players during the summon banner pooling get a lot of banner or Langrisser 2.0 instead, and it's like almost 1 or 2 out of 10 players or 20 players, then you get to see 1 Zereida 2.0. She's so overall, I gotta say, she is definitely the anniversary heroine compared to even Langrisser 2.0. And of course, let us appreciate some of the new arts and details. So she's holding on to I guess a soul broken version of El Hazard, and her clothing design, as you can see, the edge of the skirts, I gotta say Zilong is kind of lazy on their recent design, because apparently her dress design seems like a copycat art from, or you might have guessed it, Yuria clothes design. The way her skirts, it looks like the holy dress or skirts that they're wearing, and of course also the emblem design, it looks very similar. Then okay, she's with a broken outer casting of El Hazard, as you can see, the broken shards, or maybe the broken parts, as you can see. So it gives you the vibe that the funnel, or sorry, the broken shards, yep, is kind of a Gundam reference. So the funnel that is surrounding her are kind of like the outer layer of the sword itself, and then the blade she is holding is like the core or the soul of the blade itself. And alright, now we can officially get started. A very great thanks to information shared and provided by the Langrisser mobile app, aka So. And alright, let's officially get started with her talent, faction, skills, and 3C. And of course, watch to the end for the translations, and I will be only going through new exclusive skills and 3C only for this part of video. We will go through everything during the demo play. Alright, here we go. So alright, her talent, it's okay. First off, for her faction buff, is for first time after 4 years, she's finally getting protagonist, reincarnation, and mythical realm. So previously she has only been Meteor, which is more towards assassin, darkness and mythical. So now they remove both Meteor and darkness and gave her protagonist, reincarnation and mythical instead. So pretty awesome, I hope. And of course I hope they will get some power up for protagonist faction buff. Alright, her talent. So her talent is known as Soul Drain Break Blade, or Soul Drain Blade if you want to sound nicer. So number one, first off, she has a great deal of ignoring class disadvantages. So the first thing you're going to do when shifting her class is definitely go to the strongest and most advantageous class, demon class, because she has both swordsman and demon. And since her talent allows you to ignore class advantages, so why not? Like, well, we're going like Epsilon, going with the same thing, that after getting an exclusive, they're gonna ignore the disadvantages. Then number two, increase damage by 30% when entering battle. So she has self-inbuilt damaging mechanism, so it's pretty cool. And not only that, it's 30%. So as you can see how much they decide to power Zereida in a new version, and this is definitely the anniversary hero. Then number three, when battle begins, you obtain a blade soul power charges. This will allows you to have increment of attack by 10%, increase mobility by +2, and you will gain revival ability. You will revive with 50% HP when receiving death blow or upon death. And do take note is that each revive is reduced by 50% HP recovery rate. So what do we mean by that is that if you start off with 20k HP, so 20,000 HP, okay, I'm gonna cut it much easier. So you're gonna start with 20% HP, and if let's say Leon Q of your hero Zereida 2.0, and you'll be resurrected with 10 HP. Then afterwards, when you gain another soul stack and then you die again, this time round you'll be revived with 5 HP out of 20 instead. So your max HP cap limit retains the same. However, each time you're being revived, your revived HP value is reduced by 50%. And do know that this ability gain for Blade Soul Power cannot be immune, dispel, nor stack. So it's pretty cool. So we will explain more about the Blade Soul Power in a while. Alright. Number 4, so when enemy on the field die, the positions that they currently retreat or die on will become a soul shard or soul scrap. So do know that Zereida 2.0 will use up ally soul shard, one ring or circle around her, to replenish her blade soul power, which is 4.3, so the one that gives you increment of attack, mobility and revive. So after using the shards upon death, when you resurrect again, you will lose your blade soul power. So to regain the blade soul power, you just need to stand at position 1 ring or circle around terrains with the soul shards, and you will gain back these charges again. Do know that the soul shard or soul scrap is considered a terrain effect and has higher terrain coverage priority. And to give you the concept, this is same as Carolean ability, so they will not be easily removed by terrain abilities like Licorice AoE or Helena's crystal effect. So I suppose the only one that can remove the terrain will be only most probably Rosalia or Tors. Alright, exclusive skills 1. So we're gonna quick go through. As you can see, she has she has warrior class, or aka infantry class. So the sword infantry class known as Sword Legacy, or passing on of Sword Legacy, if I would sound nice about it. And then coming to her demon class. Known as the projection of demon blades. So right, as you can see on her second path, demon class. Second class, you obtain your first exclusive that I'm gonna highlight here. Okay, this is known as instant blade. So the type is a support active. Alright guys, I know what I missed out. I'm supposed to repeat the talent again, but no worries. After we go through the instant blade, I'm going to repeat back the talent again. Oh gosh. Looks like COVID has been taking a toll on my memories. That's bad. Alright, instant blade. So apparently this is a support active skill. So number 1, choose target, allies or soul shards locations and teleport to the nearest locations to the chosen target. So apparently this effect is a full screen effect. So it means either whenever your allies are or where the soul shards are located at, you will be able to teleport to that location. This is exactly the same as Wet Hand, aka the evil Mushu or Matthew abilities of teleportation. So as long as enemy has that demon charge and their HP is below 100%, wherever they are, you will be able to teleport to them. But for Zereida's 2.0 case, she is teleporting to her ally. Then number 2, she will gain immunity and increase her attack by 20%. And this effect will last for 2 turns. And she's able to move 3 squares or tiles and attack again after using this skill. So, well, same as Wet Hand, you get to teleport to the designated location or the objective that you're going to teleport to. When the criteria is met with, then you will be able to move 3 squares or tiles and attack again. However, this is the 4th anniversary heroine that, as you can see, they gave her further boost by gaining immunity effect and also increase her attack by 20%. So stacking with her soul shards ability 10 plus 20, she has an increment of 30% of attack, and also with a talent increment of 30% of damage, and she's kind of almost unstoppable for now. So alright, before repeat, so I'm moving back to her talent again. So things I like about the anniversary heroine is that her talent is easy to understand, and she's definitely much easier to understand in compared to Lucretia 2.0. Lots of tags you guys gotta follow on part 2 of video. So right, let's repeat again. Her talent, Soul Drain, Break Blade. Number 1, ignore class disadvantages. Number 2, increase damage by 30% when entering battle. Number 3, when battle begins, obtain Blade Soul Power. This effect will allow you to increase your attack by 10%, increase your mobility by +2, and will allow you to revive with 50% HP upon receiving death blow or when you die in battle. So 0.3, and each revive is reduced by 50% HP recovery rate, and for 0.3, effect cannot be immune, dispel, nor stack. And sorry, I gotta correct myself. It's not when. Oh yeah, sorry. No, I'm correct. So when battle begins, yeah, you obtain. So correct me if I'm wrong. I suppose you're gonna obtain all this ability when once the game stage starts. Though we gotta further confirm this during demo play. Then number 4, when enemy on the field die, their positions will become a soul scrap or soul shards. So the soul scrap or shard is treated as a terrain with higher priority rate, and Zereida 2.0 will use up ally soul shards 1 ring or circle around her to replenish 0.3 blade soul power. Then to her exclusive skill 1. So Instant Blade is a support active skills. Number 1, choose target allies or soul shards area and teleport to the nearest location to the target chosen. This ability is a full screen effect. Number 2, you will gain immunity and increase attack by 20% for 2 turns. Number 3, you'll be able to move 3 squares or tiles and attack again. Right, exclusive skill 2, which is the one I'm gonna highlight here. Right, is known as the distant sharp edge. So it's a type physical AoE. So finally she's getting AoE skills. So number 1, deal 0.3 times AoE damage to enemies to ring or circles around you, and you will do debuff effect, which will cause enemy to have damage deal reduced by 20% and not able to act again. This debuff effects will last for 2 turns, sweet shot and easy, and it's really aimed towards the recent power up ability of heroes by, well, reducing 20% of the damage they do. So, and also to stop them from gaining act again ability. So she kind of gained the effects from like the collab heroes, the Sword Emperor, that from Trails of Skies, that stop enemies from able to act again. So it's pretty cool. So if you get to start first and do the attack first, you get to cause a lot of enemy to have this debuff, provided if they do not have any immunity effect gain. So that would be pretty cool. That's right, let's repeat again. So distant sharp edge. Number 1, deals 0.3 times AoE damage to enemies to ring or circles around you. Number 2, deal debuff effect to damage hit. 1, damage deal reduced by 20%. And 2, not able to act again. This effect will last for 2 turns. And finally, coming to number 3, the 3C skills, known as the Blade of Resolutions or Blade of Decisions. So the type is a physical single target attack, and for that you have both passive and active. So for passive is kind of like, well, I gotta say, the copycat or ripoff from Gintama's collab, Gintoki's 3C's passive. So here we go. So when you end your turn and has Blade Soul Power Charge, you'll 1, deal 0.1 times AoE damage to enemies 1 ring or circle around you, and 2, you recover 20% of your HP. The only great difference about here is that Gintama's Gintoki's his 3C's passive activates before battle, so there's a high chance that you will break the last right of enemy. For Zereida, it's kind of after you fight an enemy, if the enemy is still alive with more HP left, hopefully this AoE is gonna help you damage the enemy, or for some reason that they recover their HP, you can, well, still do the 0.1 times AoE damage, and hopefully you'll break any effects that needs or will trigger when enemy is retaining at 100% HP or below. And the great deal is that she has self-recovery skills, 20% recovery of HP, so that's pretty cool. So alright, let's repeat again. So when you end turn and it has Blade Soul Power Charge, you'll deal 0.1 times AoE damage to enemies, one ring or circle around you, and 2, you'll recover 20% of your HP. So she's pretty cool. I mean, upon each time she get revived and then she end her turn, after gaining the charge back, she will self-heal again. So she's kind of like the strongest. I know I shouldn't describe this way to ladies, but she's kind of like what we call in Chinese or Mandarin, 大不死小强, and that means unbeatable cockroaches. Alright, then to her active skills. Okay, short and sweet. This is like her version of Sword Soul. So 1, attack and deal 1.8 times damage to an enemy. 2, dispel 5 buff from enemy before battle. 3, cause exhaustions to enemy. The effects are as follows. Target enemy cannot activate revive or surviving death blow revive effect. It will last for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. Okay, then for number 4, if you have Blade Soul power, you will attack first in this battle. Then that means that it gives you attack priority. And for the third effect, that's cause exhaustions. This effect will only trigger in PvP mode only. So sorry guys, if you're playing PvE, these skills will not trigger. So alright, let's repeat again. So 1, attack and deal 1.8 times damage to an enemy. 2, dispel 5 buff from enemy before battle. 3, cause exhaustions effect or debuff effect on the enemy. The debuff effect are as follows. The target enemy cannot activate survive ability when you they cannot survive death blow effect, like reviving against death blow effect. So this effect will last for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. In case you're wondering what is a survive death blow ability, you can look back as General Clorates, who came out during the banner with Rose and Seals. That's the same as his ability. That means once he kills you on that battle, you no matter how many times you can revive, you will not resurrect. Okay, number 4, if you have Blade Soul power, you will attack first in this battle, and that means you gain attack priority. And for third effect, the exhaustions debuff effect, this effect will only trigger and happen in PvP mode only. And alright, and that's it for Zereida 2.0. Hope this video helped, and remember to like and subscribe if it helps, and watch to the end for the translations done, because I know you're just hearing me, well, speaking. And what did you guys think? Is she good, normal, bad, or she need more power up? And personally, I just feel that she is kind of too overpowered, and in the CN server right now, she is heavily spammed. So at the start of the ban phase, you might want to consider to either ban her or Gin Toki from Gintama, and that is kind of like a big nuisance, because banning either of them, the enemy can still get to choose one of them, and that's very irritating. Then for enchantment wise, if you're going for PvP, greatly advised to go for Clock or Breeze. She might not really need Breeze because she has self-inbuilt movement ability, and not to mention she can teleport herself to anywhere on the map to her allies and also to the soul shards. So at the start of the game, as long as your allies manage to kill one enemy, she will manage to turn that thing into the soul shard, and then she can teleport herself there. So this is pretty cool, and apparently she has high CD rate for her skills like Wet Hand does. So I would strongly suggest to go with Clock, but of course if you want to go for high damage, high movement portability, well, Breeze is your best friend. So what did you guys think? Is she good, great, and did you guys like her? Leave it down in the comment section below. And before we end, I'm gonna show this picture here and appreciate the art. And I hate the first Zereida, but I definitely like Zereida 2.0. What do you guys think? This is coming. Remember to like and subscribe, and goodbye.